Hello and welcome to YASSERTV. Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, let me apologize for the lateness. I was on Devante's channel. We were doing the tier list thing and it done 3-hour stream. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone that tuned in. I know iNotes was there. I know the one Deontay was there as well. It was lit, and I don't like doing the lateness thing, but I kind of moved the show from yesterday, and apologies to that as well. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to do this show yesterday, and I came home from outside and I couldn't stay awake. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't stay awake. So I wanted to do it while I was focused. And I thought I'd give you guys something today and drop this today. So make sure you liking the stream, sharing the stream, all that kind of stuff. Let me just put the post out and then we'll get into this, because this was something requested by the chat. The chat wanted to see this, or wanted me to react to it and give my opinion and actually see and understand whether Blueco can actually sell the club. And we'll have like a general football conversation. We'll check the latest news. I heard something about some players wanting to be sold. I heard some stuff about apparently Declan Rice is injured, and we'll get into all that stuff. If anyone asks me anything, if you got any questions, put them in the chat as well. I'm literally just finishing up this. Done. 1 second, let me just make sure it's posted, because Twitter's weird on my phone. Send the post. Okay, we're here. Big up the iNotes in the chat. Let me get through the chat and then. Alright. We're ready. Hairline looking a bit messed up because I was wearing the hat, and the trim's expiring as well, fam. Then I'm saying the trim's expiring. But let's get into some of the chat and then I'll get into the video. Big up to Deontay. Big up. Appreciate it. See, people don't, unless they see you on other channels, they just think that you're not doing anything. You know? They think you're not doing anything, but it's lit. Callum McFarlane should take the job for now to the end of the season. Someone in the chat said to me the other day, or was it in this chat? It was in this chat, I just can't see it. Palace wants Rossini. That's crazy. I didn't know this, bro, but here's what it is. We'll have a look at that. Anyone put the link in the chat, especially Esteval William. You said they want Rossini. After, when I'm looking at it, just put the link in the chat later. We'll start with the reaction to that stream or the video, and then we'll figure out exactly what we want to do. Big up to my brother TTM in the building. I need to bring back the what's it called? You need to bring back the gaming content, bro. Bring back the gaming content. It's international break, bro. Not a lot of people have something to watch. They might come and watch TTM play some games, man. Big up to my bro Hyper in the chat as well. Appreciate you. Listen, I didn't watch the England game. I didn't watch anything. For me, I know that United fans and that probably don't want their team to stop playing, but brother, Chelsea fan, I've never enjoyed an international break like this before. I didn't have to watch no football, didn't have to speak about Chelsea. Do you get me? It's been calm, bro. It's been calm for me. For some reason, it's been calm. I haven't been that annoyed, but yeah, we'll get into this. Lateness is greatness. I wish, bro. I wish. Listen, I said to one before, yeah, Just end the stream. End the stream. End the season, I mean. End the season, bro. Casemiro gonna be a big loss for us. Yeah. Man said you have Tonali. Call Arsenal shameless, they're putting the older players. Yeah, apparently they're doing some check. Do you know what I'm saying? Apparently they're doing, please I beg Palace come respect the ball with Lee. Oh my days, bro. This club. Big up to Michael, bro. Make sure you subscribe to Michael as well. I'm trying to find Max on the internet. Hey, big up to my brother Max, bro. Big up to my guy Max in the building. Probably work on an upload at some point, starting talking my... Yeah, bro, listen, you could just literally record off your phone and upload it. Do you know what I'm saying? The problem with having a thumbnail is sometimes it just blocks your video, innit? You know what I mean? And sometimes you just want people to just see. Oh, what some people do is you just take a photo of themselves and just put a bit of writing on the corner and that's it. You don't need the maddest snap thumbnails, bro. I big up to Rory in the chat. I've enjoyed the international break. I'm just sad the international break about to finish. Same, bro. Nehemiah, I don't think Tonali will completely replace Casemiro, though. I know 5-time. Oh, is Esteban William Nehemiah? Ah, shit. I don't know what I was hearing, bro. I don't know what I was hearing. Truth, I have a couple of gameplay to footage that I can cut up and run in the background. I can just flick my camera on and talk over it. Yeah, because remember, yeah, some people do that, describing the gameplay, innit? That's what they do, they describe the gameplay. And I think you could do that as well. What your thought process was and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Bro, there's different ways, innit? It doesn't have to be the same way. It doesn't have to be the same way. Nehemiah just... I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that. But big up to you, though. Big up. Let's actually get into this reaction. In the meantime, like I said, make sure you're liking and subscribing. All that kind of stuff. You guys already know. Yeah, you guys already know. Let me pull up the video. Okay, I'm not gonna do no 41-minute stream, yeah, on one. I ain't doing no 41 minutes on one thing, bro. 1 second, can't be that. The initial. Okay, it might have to be 45 minutes or longer, but it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So this stream is to do with so let me put the screen up and give you guys some context. So Mr. Minerals and Eunice have finally gone back together in terms of they had their differences, whatever. I don't know any details. I don't pay attention to it. I just know that apparently they had their differences. I think Minerals was calling him a brown envelope and that for going on that George Benson channel and blah blah whatever it is, right? However, they've come back together and essentially they've dropped a video to say that apparently, according to them, Blueco can sell the club. Now, from what I know, from the time I remember Chelsea being sold, was that they were locked into a certain amount of time and they couldn't sell the club. And I think from what I remember, It was to do with Roman wanting stability for the club. So he wanted someone that wanted Chelsea for the long run, and it wasn't making use of the situation to just flip the club in it, because essentially you'd be getting Chelsea for cheaper than how much he would have probably sold it if he was able to sell him. So that's what, from what I know. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just from what I know. So, or I remember reading. So they've made the video or stream. It was 45 minutes. I thought it was going to be like a 20-minute video. I hadn't watched it yet, just to give you guys my true reaction. And I think also there's a little graph that they're going to bring out. So we'll see what they're saying. This was highly requested by the Chelsea fans. So I'll see what they're saying, and then I'll let you guys know what I think in it. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to, well, in this case, welcome back to Eunice Talks Chelsea, and welcome to the Minerals FC. If you want to do your intro, you can stick it in, mate.
Yeah, let's have it right up to Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Do to our Chelsea old boys and win.
On the Minerals, uploaded on both. Then, yeah, welcome back to another video.
Right, listen, 1 second, because brother, why is it playing in 360p, bro? Wait, what?
How's Bizash?
Great. There's no way this video. Are you telling me these man recorded it in 360p? One second. Hey, chat. 1 second, chat. There's no way these man recorded the thing in 360p. They did. Rah. Okay, they did. I thought my PC was bugging, but it's not. All right, let's go.
Sussed this out a while ago. It's turned out to be completely accurate. Now, the one thing that we're going to speak about today is whether Blue Co can sell Chelsea Football Club or they can't. And to give you guys a little bit of a background story, I think it's pretty clear. At the moment of the takeover, it was made public that apparently there was a 10-year clause put in there that restricts the ownership in selling.
Which is what I just mentioned. For anyone that was listening, that's what I mentioned. That's all I knew about. Do you know what I'm saying? All I knew about was that Chelsea couldn't, Blue Co couldn't sell Chelsea, and that was it. Do you know what I mean?
Right. And since that day, many people, and even at one point at the beginning, myself, I'm like, all right, well, these lot are here to stay then. You know, we were deemed like it was PR, that it was protection. So then it would be in the hands of an owner, and they would keep on to it, and they wouldn't just sell us on just to make some money.
Which exactly what I just said, yeah? Exactly what I just said before the stream started, before the video started. And big up to Barca Reacts. I'm essentially not going to look at the chat too much because I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible, but I'll get through the chat in a bit.
Quickly. And everyone believed it. And not to say that there isn't truth in the wording. And this is what we're going to let.
You know what? I'll do a poll just for the banner.
You guys know and show you with the proof. Chelsea FC can be sold by this ownership tomorrow if they really wanted to. And we're going to show you how. So I'm going to start off by showing you this because a lot of people, I think a few maybe know of it. Your ultras know of it. You've shown it before. I've shown it once a while ago, and this is going to be where I think everyone's going to learn a lesson. How is everything structured under this ownership, right? Under Roman, it was very easy. Roman's company forged them, if you remember. And under that, Chelsea FC. Pretty straightforward. And everything in Chelsea FC was Chelsea FC, right? Well, this is the Blueco ownership. Let's get into it. This is their structure. Now, everyone needs to pay attention. I'm going to try and explain all this in very simple terms.
Let me check. I don't know. Is my stream bugging again? It can't be. No way. I don't think it can. No way this thing's bugging. Alright. Obviously, the reason why it's not sharp is because they decided to film it in 360p. You know what I'm saying? Our YouTube's just messing about. I think YouTube might be messing about. Let me double check. Is my stream good? Advanced. Yeah, my stream can be watched in 1080. I don't know. So essentially, I have the picture somewhere. But yeah, they'll explain it anyway. So we'll see if we can able to see it. But
throughout this video, so and everyone can understand just in layman's terms, so there's no jargon being thrown about. But at the top of the chain, you got the Clear Lake side that owns 61.85% of everything.
This side here.
And you got the Todd Bowley group owned,
which is this side here. All right.
Side that own 38.15% of everything, right? Together, they come together to make 100%. And the parent company at the very top is 22 Holdco Limited.
This one here.
This is something that I know many people have never heard of before. They're aware of Chelsea, they're aware of Blueco. Many have probably never heard of 22 Holdco Limited. Underneath them, underneath that parent company is Blueco 22 Limited, which is the umbrella to everything.
Okay. I get it, innit? So far, I get it. My thing is, yeah. Yeah, we can't get it in better quality, so we'll see.
That they own. Everything has been split into individual assets since these lot walked in. Everything. So you can see from the very left of that umbrella, Stamford Bridge Projects Limited, right? You got Leisure Services Limited, Under the Bridge Limited, which is the bar that we know Under the Bridge exists. You've been to Stamford Bridge, you know you would have been there. Blueco 22 Properties Limited, Blueco 22 Residential Limited, Walsingham Property Holdings. And then you've got Blueco 22 Midco Limited and you've got Blueco Data Limited.
So I can't see the
Every single
right side.
possible thing has been split into its own asset and its own company. Now, under Blueco 22 Midco Limited, that's the football. Everything to do with football is under Blueco 22 Midco Limited. So it's split into three groups: Chelsea FC Holdings, Blueco Women Holdings Limited, and Blueco Alsaki, which is Strasbourg. So the three football club entities: Chelsea FC Women, and Strasbourg, right? Chelsea FC Holdings Limited holds everything to do with Chelsea FC, the football club, including the club. At the bottom of that, Chelsea Football Club Limited. And you've got the car parks under there. You've got the hotel under there. You've got merchandising as its own limited company. You've got Stamford Bridge Securities Limited. And you've got Chelsea FC PT Limited. The women's team, you've got Blueco Women Holdings.
Bro, there's bare... The whole thing's limited. You know what I'm saying? These men divided every single bit of asset that you can have and separated it. So the residentials is all separate, properties are all separate. Everything's all separated, bro. Obviously it's by design, but damn.
Holdings Limited and its domicile is in the Cayman Islands, not based out of London. So that's something that's interesting there. But Chelsea FC Women Limited is under them.
Hey, that's crazy. Someone said our sources, our ceiling for success is limited to. Oh, you lot are taking a mic.
92% of the women's team is owned by Blueco, and 8% is owned by, as you can see, 776 Capital, which is non-Blueco. Those are external investors. If I'm not mistaken, that's Serena Williams' husband, and there's another investor in there and whatnot. They hold 8%. We heard about that not too long ago anyway. And you got Blueco Alsaki, which is Strasbourg, under them. Those three are under Blueco 22 Midco Limited. Now, this is very important to understand, and why. And we'll reference this back again because, as you can see, the writing in red is talking about the loans that have been taken out and the debt that's been acquired. And we'll get to that later. Which, yeah, we've spoken about at length before. You have, for sure, time and time again.
For the Penders question, once we finish the reaction, any questions that people put in the chat, I'll answer them in it. I'll see whether I know that the answer to the question, I'll answer it. But in the meantime, we're focusing on the whole Blueco Cancel thing. And then I'll move on into any questions in the chat. So I'm not ignoring anyone's question in terms of not trying to answer it. We're just trying to get through this and understand the whole Blueco thing before we actually move on. So keep putting your questions in the chat, but make sure you're liking as well, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? All the kind of stuff.
Again, on your channel. That's important to understand because when people talk about a 10-year lock-in, people can go to company's house, right? And let me show you. It's very easy for people to go, you know what, let's go and check the company records. Company's house, for those that don't know that outside of the UK, is public information out of the government that you can access in terms of companies, business people.
Yeah, essentially, if you have a company, you're registered in company's house. That's what you do in England. And everything's noted there for people to see. A lot of the times, for most normal people, they go there to check if a company's legit before they do business with them or all that kind of stuff. But it's to make sure that you can be verified as a business. So you'll have a company number. Charities are usually on this as well and all that kind of stuff. So
people, directors, ownership. If you have your business, you have to register it, obviously, with the government. If not, you're doing something illegal. You have to register it. It will be on company's house for you to access. And all of your records, all of your documentation, all of your tax, everything, all the figures will be on there under each company, all the filing. And as you can see, if I just show you, under Chelsea FC Holdings, you've got the overview, right? You've got the address and you've got the accounts and you've got the nature of the business's previous names, right? Including how it was under Roman, Chelsea FC PLC, right? And you've got the filing history. All of these documents from the moment that these lot came in, it's all there, right? Appointments of people, resignations, accounts, figures, all sorts. You got the people that you can look at, right?
And essentially every time something major changes in the company, and they report it to the government, the HMRC and all that kind of stuff, it comes up here as a record.
Everyone that's involved, there's Todd.
Him, I said 31, oh, that's crazy, you know. 31 resignations, bro, you can see it.
You got Barbara Sharon, Benedict Barley, you got the entire board here, Jose Feliciano, Finkelstein, everyone. And it's not just the owners, it's directors that are here as well, right? People, when they want to go and check documentation, they'll easily think, yeah, Chelsea FC, let's go there. Let me tell you, there's nothing here under these documents about structure, ownership, selling, 10 years, nothing. So people won't find anything here. They'll just go off what they were told in the press at the time of the takeover, when we were told, oh, there's a 10-year restriction, if you remember, and that came out of Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Before that came out before Eunice, before the actual sale.
Before the takeover. Yeah.
Before, it was already hearsay.
Yeah. People that might think a little bit more might go, you know what, let's go and search for Blueco, because we know Blueco's a company, right? Well, there you are. You got Blueco 22 Limited. You got Blueco 22 Holdings.
You know what this reminds me of, yeah? This reminds me of when you're on Pirate Bay and you're looking for something. You know what I'm saying? Or you're looking for I don't know, app to download or something like that. And you click on one and it's not that one. You look into the next one. It's all the same names, bro. It's all the same names. You don't know which one's the right one, bro. You got to take the risk. Hey, big up to Baran, big up to Southside as well.
Holdings LP, you got Blueco 22 Midco Limited, like I've referenced to you in the spider's web that I've shown you on here, right? You can see it all structured. So, people with a bit more thinking might go here to have a look. Go and have a look. You won't find anything in there either. But the one place that many people are probably not going to search is here. 22 Holdco Limited, the parent company at the top, right? Why would you go and look at 22 Holdco Limited? You probably don't even know the name. Like I've said, let me show you again. It's there. Go and look at the top of the chain. The parent company for this ownership is 22 Holdco Limited. Now, why have they structured it in this way? We'll get that later. Like I've said, there's debt that's been spread out in a certain way. Anyway, when we look at...
Lambo, 10 seconds to go.
Man's gonna get the monetized, bro. Not like I can be monetized anyway, but I'm an idiot, you know. I should have run this on a different browser, bro. 1 second. Hold on. Brother, ooh, 9. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, this thing's on crack. Copy. Close this one as well. I just want, yeah, where's my Brave browser, bro? Brave browser. I should have run it on that. I just forgot. You know what I'm saying? Lacking content creator. That's what they call me. No, we don't want to hear truth.
The initial gut feeling. I remember you sussed this out a while ago. It's turned out to be completely accurate. Now, the one thing that we're going to speak about today is whether that later, like I've said, there's debt that's been spread out in a certain way. Anyway.
Screen share.
When we look at this, it's all here. Now, I'm going to show you exactly where to go. That's page 2. Let's go to page 1.
Serve up those minerals, Eunice. Come on.
Oh, no, hang on. Page 2. This is what you want. Memorandum and Articles of Association. You'll find all the terms and conditions of this deal in there. Now, it might not be 100% of every single thing because the contract itself that we don't have public information to is probably going to have every single little last detail in there. But the Memorandum and Articles of Association talks about shares, sales, the 10-year lock-in. Everything is in this document. Let me go to the very top. Go and have a butcher's. It's easy for you to go and see. There you go. Articles of Association of Blues Partners Limited, which was their name before they renamed it. It started off when these guys walked in, it was called Blues Partners Limited. Then they changed the name, right? After the takeover was done and whatnot. Everything is here in terms of the board.
Brother, these men just changing their name all the time, blood. You know what I'm saying? For all I know, it couldn't even be, it doesn't even have to be, it don't even have to be Blue Corp, like someone else could be owning us, you know.
Appointments, meetings of the boards, directors, conflict of interest, shares, transfer and transmission of shares, dividends and other distributions, capitalization of profits, general meetings, administrative arrangements, everything is here. You've got all the defined terms that...
Well, there, bro. Come on, man. That's a contract. Even if it's not necessarily the contract that he was mentioning, it's a contract. Do you know what I'm saying? So what do you expect? Everything's going to be in it.
Are required for you to know about this document. Everything is here. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes. This 10-year lock-in, does exist. We're not going to say that it doesn't exist. It does exist. There is a 10-year restriction, but not in the way that you think, right? There is a 10-year restriction.
Look, before he gets into it, yeah, the 10-year restrictions can be in a couple of ways. So to give you guys like a rundown, yeah. So to give you guys a rundown, the way it can go is, one, they're allowed to, they essentially deceived everyone and designed everything in a way that it looks like they're not going to sell in 10 years, but they always have the ability to do so in a different way. So they can't really sell their shares, but they can still sell to one another, or they can still sell and then someone else can sell it because then the contract's void, or like there's all these different ways. Or they just have to follow it anyway. People are just confused. Like it could be either way in it, which is why we got into this.
What's it on, Eunice? What's the 10-year restriction on then?
The 10-year restriction, if we start off at here, shares, right?
I ain't even prepared.
They talk about the circumstances of an exit here, subject to the terms of any view of shares, any return of protocols to the shareholders on an exit. It goes into more detail. Go and look at all of this. But if we go all the way down to 26.1, like, yeah, we've got ourselves feeling like lawyers. Transfer and transmission of shares.
Like JT, come on.
No.
I can't, like, man's just there doing ad-libs, bro. Man's just there doing ad-libs.
Shareholder may transfer any interest in any of its shares to any person in the period from and including the completion date to and including the date which is 10 years from the adoption date, which is the 30th of May. The lockup period, unless such transfer is in accordance with Articles 26.2 or 26.3a, which is the next one. Any majority shareholder may transfer any interest in any of its shares pursuant to a permitted transfer, where required or permitted pursuant to a bona fide reorganization transaction. And that's private equity language for restructuring certain things. Move one thing to another thing and you might get a way out. With the prior written consent of each other majority shareholder, and this is where Clearlake hold the keys, following expiry of the lockup period to any person if permitted pursuant to Article 28, tag-along rights or any right of first offer provisions in any agreement between the majority shareholders and the company from time to time, right? The drag-along and the tag-along are... The drag-along at the end of the 10 years would be that if there was going to be a buyer and Clearlake, the Clearlake side, because they're the majority, would agree to it, the drag-along means that the rest will have to follow through. Todd Bowley and the rest will have to follow through. So this is funny when people talk about, oh, you know what, there could just be an internal takeover by Todd Bowley onto Clear. Where does this come from?
So essentially, everyone else has to follow Clearlake. Okay.
From?
It's come from them. PR. Civil war.
Unless there's certain agreement.
But I just speak in a technical... Yeah, bro, this one is so...
agreements in place between them that establishes that that can be possible. According to this, doesn't seem like there is. And this is where we get to the bottom. Following expiry of the lockup period to any person, if required or permitted, pursuant Article 27, drag along, and Article 28, tag along rights. And then it goes into directors after that. But go and look at that. That's going to be there. The 10-year restriction, let me bring us up because I'm going to show you the web again. The 10-year restriction is in place to shares. 22 Holdco Limited cannot be passed on to a new owner for 10 years. Blue Co cannot sell. Blue Co, like maybe we initially thought that might be a possibility. It's not possible. The company at the top is held down for a decade. And that is protection internally. So that no one, after a little bit of time, can go, I'm out of here, see you later. And they can just sell whatever they have to someone else. They are covering their own backs against each other and for each other with that lock-in. And everyone has somehow got the pretense that, oh no, but it means Chelsea can't be sold. Well, this is where Chelsea can be sold. Let me explain to you in this. What is locked up for 10 years? There's no shareholder may transfer any interest in any of its shares to any person from the completion date until that date 10 years from the adoption date. The document does not say there's no exit of any kind for 10 years, right? An asset sale is expressly defined as a recognized exit in this document.
Oh.
Okay? And Article 13.1 expressly deals with proceeds paid on an exit. There is no article in the lockup section saying that an asset sale cannot happen during the lockup period. Right? So,
Hold on. So an asset sale is considered as an exit, but yeah, I'm sensing something right now. Hold on. Reload it.
saying that an asset one expressly deals with proceeds paid on an exit is expressly defined as a recognized exit.
Hold on. I thought he was frozen.
An asset sale
Okay.
is expressly defined as a recognized exit in this document.
So it's expressed as a recognized sale. Now, what I'm thinking of is, do you remember those different companies that they had that was set like properties, residential, the stadium, like all that, yeah? That would be assets to the companies above.
Oh.
Okay? And Article 13.1 expressly deals with proceeds paid on an exit. There is no article in the lockup section saying that an asset sale cannot happen during the lockup period.
Either it's contradicting or whatever, because it doesn't make sense. Because if that is considered an exit, just because it's not mentioned there, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Because essentially, it would be universally known as an exit. You know what I'm saying? However, they could still be right. Because sometimes in contract, if something's not mentioned in its specific part, it's null and void, innit? So, because maybe you need to be able to sell. Maybe you need to be able to, like, it has to be recognized for it to be a sell, for it to be an exit, which means it violates the lockup period. It's a strange one. Yeah.
Right?
So basically, Chelsea can't be sold unless they're willing to sell only partial, like Ineos said.
So,
yeah. No, but remember, we read it earlier and they said that if they do sell, Bowley and everyone has to go too. Like,
the exceptions during the 10-year lockup,
no one
like
can
I've
buy each
mentioned,
other out.
is the shares that they hold. But nothing's restricting the assets as part of the business from being moved on.
Underneath.
Does it?
Nope.
So what exits are actually possible? Immediate sale of the company shares to a new outside buyer, it's not possible. Immediate exit by a non-majority shareholder, part of a bona fide reorganization transaction, like I've already mentioned, right? Immediate whole group business exit by selling assets.
Let's have it right. That can be
Because an
done.
asset sale is expressly recognized as an exit. The 10-year lockup is drafted as a restriction on transfer of shares, not on assets. That is how we get out. Now, let me explain, right, in plain English for people to understand, right? Can they sell the company in the normal way? No.
No.
10 years locked in. Can any shareholder still move their shares during those 10 years, like I've already mentioned, in certain limited part of a reorganization? That gets a bit complex. Can the majority owners force everyone into a sell straight away? No. The drag along and the tag along are there, but after 10 years.
After 10 years. Yeah.
Can the company sell what it owns during the 10 years? That's the key distinction. 22 Holdco and what they own underneath, that can be thrown and distributed however the hell they want.
Yeah.
As long as they agree with each other, right?
Big up Daniel.
They can go, all right, we can pass that one. They've not sold 22 Holdco. They've not sold Blueco. That says the document separately, the document separately recognizes an asset sale as a type of exit. So the final conclusion is an asset, a business sale, possible.
Hey Baron, yes, they're all in the government website. So we go to the UK government companies. I think it's called Company House. If you search UK government Company House, it should come up, and then all the documents should be there to relate with any company. So you know who the CEO is, who the directors are, who the employee. Like, I don't think it's necessary employees, but it's just people that are in the board and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Income of the business, what their registered address is, all that kind of stuff. Is
not banned for 10 years. It's now, when we go...
No, big up to Young Sakura in the chat as well. Listen, we're reacting to this so that we can actually get an idea of whether the information is correct or not. And at the same time, understand Chelsea's situation a bit more. Do you get me? I don't... I know what you're saying, innit? Okay, maybe we switch it to this one then. I'm only doing it because, you know what I'm saying? It's still on the big screen. But I'm only doing it because I'm trying to get an idea of what they have on it. Do you know what I'm saying? You see, he hasn't spoken so far. Just a couple of ad-libs here and there. And, yeah. Just let Eunice talk, because that he's bringing us all the technicalities and all that kind of stuff in it to get an idea. I've seen the picture of the little pyramid with all the, you know what I'm saying, all the buildings, all the businesses and assets and all the names, all the limited companies together. I've seen that picture and I have it screenshotted on my phone, but I haven't actually... If you know about business, you cannot understand the breakdown, but then when someone breaks it down a bit more, you get an idea. So we're just seeing what's going on.
When we go to the spider's web, like I've shared with you, right? Here we go. Let's bring it up.
This is it. But someone needs to explain to me why they recorded it in 360p. Like, I could just about see it on my screen. And yes, the third, one part of it, 1/3, whatever, the screen is all black with pixels. But, brother, I can't see anything, blood. I don't understand what these men have done.
The two main routes of wanting to sell would be normal sell of the ownership shares, like we already said, not possible. Route number 2, sell the Chelsea business underneath the structure. So this is the route that looks most possible immediately from the wording of the articles.
Whoa, hold on.
Route number 2, sell the Chelsea business underneath the structure. So this is the route that looks most possible immediately from the wording of the articles. Okay? So that would mean the group does not sell the locked shares at the top. Instead, it sells the Chelsea business, subsidiaries and assets lower down the chain.
So they'll sell all the things at the bottom, I'm assuming. It just doesn't mean that they've sold this holding company. They've just sold the bottom, the bits at the bottom.
To a new owner. From
Chelsea Football Club Limited. So I'm assuming it will be this. What was it? I can't even see. I don't even know which one's which. But it's one of those. Because remember, they own Strasbourg and Chelsea somewhere here.
The chart, it would mean passing control of the Chelsea side by selling the chain centered around Chelsea. So you're looking at, it cannot be higher than Blueco 22 Midco Limited, as you can see. It can't be higher than that because that's restricted for 10 years. Underneath that, this is where they got the choice. This is where they got the choice. They can sell Blueco 22 Midco Limited and that portion, that asset, to whoever.
Yeah, exactly, Kings of London. That's what it is. It's blurry because their stream is blurry, not my stream. You know what I'm saying? I went to the video and I thought it was mad. I thought, wow, I thought my PC was bugging. But apparently it's not.
They could go lower down the chain. Maybe just sell Chelsea FC Holdings Limited. and everything under
Which is
that and
this
keep
one here.
Blue Co 22 Midco Limited. They're not going to keep hold of the women's team. Why would you? You know, that would have to go part of Chelsea FC. But if we're talking the definition, they can keep the women's team if they want. They can. It's there. They can pick and choose what assets they want to move along. Now, I want to ask this question before I get into more detail. Why do you think things were structured this way from the very beginning when these lot took over, and you pointed this out, right? That everything was split into assets from day one.
Correct.
Now we know why. This is their get out. And this is where they have freedom. This is the card for them to distribute whatever they want for however much they want. As long as there's someone interested, they can pick and choose what they want to move on whilst keeping the business intact for the 10-year lock-in that they're obliged to.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They have this yellow bit here, which I think is Serena Williams. I think it's Serena Williams, her husband, and some other people that own a percentage of the women's team. And what's it called? You got the whole Blue Co or whatever, and I think they separated it, but they can sell certain bits to themselves, and I think it only also helped them in terms of FFP and stuff, innit, when they sold the hotels to themselves and blah blah blah. So it kind of worked in our favor in a certain extent to help us through the whole period when we have spent money. But overall, look, at the end of the day, as much as it's structured like this, it might be structured like this and it looks mad for us because we're just used to having one owner that owns one bit and that's it. Now, my thing is, yeah, we never known their main intention, innit? Like, it's easy for us to come in and say they're trying to sell the club because they've done it like this. Every company is going to make sure they are set in the right way in case something happens. So in case something happens and the club's really down and whatever, they might sell the car park to fund something, or they might send something else, sell the pub under the bridge or something to make sure that they can get through X, Y, and Z in it. But I'm not saying that that's the right thing, but they could potentially anyway trying to get their money back in the future. Do you know what I'm saying? And then just keep it that. There's so many different avenues and so many different reasons as to why they are doing the things that they're doing. But I think if they tried to sell or have sold, and then we look at this, then we can say, okay, they've already got everything ready, because we can see from their, you know, from the whole arrangement thing that it looks like they were always ready to sell. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't always know someone's intentions beforehand, innit? But it is looking mad though, because these men separated everything, bro. Yeah, it is. It's going to be just so much headache to sell the club because it's so separate. You'd have to sell either Blue Co Limited,
Adhere to.
which I think you can't sell anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't sell Blue Co Limited because that's what owns everything and the women's team and everything else. This is the point I'm making. So you are right, and it holds it, and this is where it makes it mad, even in terms of buying or selling the club.
The reason they hid behind the reason of stripping and breaking up Chelsea Football Club's assets into individual limited companies, they blamed it on FFP, which linked up to Roman and all that, right?
Exactly.
Their main agenda was to always do that because that's what private equity companies do, because it holds more value to have the hotel, the car park, the merchandise, everything in individual companies. It has more value individually than collectively, so they can sell it piece by piece off. So have it right.
Exactly. Roman under when it was Chelsea under Roman.
Yeah, maybe
there was a lot of this.
Maybe where you can say, well, 5 million for the car park, and I'm saying 10 million for this merchandise store, 50 million because it brings in 70 million a year, X, Y, and Z, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? The football team, X amount, the pub, 2 million. You know what I'm saying? And you can separate each asset and essentially have a value for how much each asset costs, and then you can add all of it together and then have a price for the thing in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, big up to Saad, man. Well, I hope you're good, my bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If you got enough money, do you know what I'm saying? Get in contact with, do you know what I'm saying? Get in contact with Blueco, bro. You never know. Do you know what I'm saying? You could own the club, but can't have an Arsenal fan own the club, though. Do you know? Hey, listen, I gotta make a joke, bro. Otherwise, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
That were tied together as one asset. These lot walked in and separated everything. You can see it. It's right there. The car park is a separate company. The hotel is a separate company.
Put the car park under the
merchandising is
all this is under the holding, but then I'm pretty sure it's all in the whole residential
separate entity. Everything's been split. The women's team, and this is why they got out of the FFP madness, because the women's team and the hotels were on the books as separate transactions, and that's what they get out clause. But that wasn't even their main. They used that as a loophole. But their main intention was
I'll take it back. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll take that back. I take that back. I just thought about it. Yeah, we can't have you in Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Man said he's going to use the cannon to rust off the whole thing. But thank God you got a water pistol. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You're right. Young Takori, you're right. The CFC London thing, it's a mad name, bro.
This
200 million they valued.
Yes, you said something about Penders. Sean, you said something about Penders, and I told you I'm going to answer the whole Penders thing later. And I'm pretty sure I answered it in the last couple of shows. If I owned Chelsea, I'd make it bigger than United. Hey, we don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? We don't trust you.
Women's team. Who values a women's team at 200 million?
That's 200 million added on top for whatever they want to get at the end of all of this, because everything is separated. Whereas a normal football club would have everything under one umbrella and just go with one fee. These lot can separate everything as they want. So this is key. This is key to know. They get to choose whether they want to separate Blueco 22 Midco Limited, or they want to sell Chelsea FC Holdings Limited, or if they even just want to sell Chelsea Football Club on its own, they could do that if they really want to.
Let's break it down.
Realistically, realistically, before you go, things have to be put together. You can't, for example, have Chelsea FC separated and you're going to keep Chelsea FC merchandise, and it just doesn't really add up. So they're going to add that on as an extra asset, which holds its own value, which is going to bring more money. The power that these lot have, and this is where we have to make peace with this, unfortunately, right? These lot have real estate assets. They have the hotel. They got the car park, right? They've got Blueco 22 Properties Limited, the Stoll Mansions, if I'm not mistaken, by Stamford Bridge, that's in their property. These things, they're going to want to keep. You can say goodbye to these things, right? Things like the training ground, things like the hotel, the car park, they could keep those, lease them out. You want to use the car park at Chelsea? We'll keep hold of that, but you're leasing from us then.
That's why they won't, Eunice. I don't believe they'll sell Chelsea FC Holdings Limited as a whole. What they will do is keep the Blueco 22 Midco Limited. Underneath, you've got the Strasbourg and women's team, and then Chelsea FC Holdings. And they will say, if, let's argument's sake, they sell Chelsea Football Club only, they can value it still at 4 billion for Chelsea Football Club, right?
Yeah.
That's 4 billion for Chelsea Football Club. You've still got all the other companies, the land, the training ground, the hotels, all in there. They want the real estate at Chelsea. Yeah. That's the gold mine for them.
They could keep Chelsea the hotel if they want.
They could keep the hotels and rent them out.
The hotel, by the way, just to add, when they bought the hotel, do you remember when they did the transaction, the hotel, they bought to themselves, they sold to themselves, right? Yeah. From Chelsea to Blueco. Yeah. And now you see why it's a separate entity. That was a £76 million transaction. Yeah. What's the hotel's worth now? Well, real estate in London's flying. So
when Chelsea's even more,
it's probably more than 100, much more than 100 now, right? And they could keep hold on to that if they want. That's a business for them.
And everyone now,
to be honest with the real estate, we also a lot of the times real estate only really goes up, not necessarily go down. So them doing that kind of makes sense. By the way, yes, I have heard, I think I watched Lewis's video today, and I think he was talking about Barcelona wants João Pedro and that, but I don't think he's someone that would go to Barca right now. I think him, Caicedo, and some other players are happy at Chelsea. It's only really the bad issues and them, man. But we'll get into the whole transfer news and that after this stream, after this video.
Loophole merchants. Well, loophole merchants in what way? What, to benefit Chelsea or to benefit Blueco?
Their own pockets.
I think it is mad that they end up selling some of the things that are part of the club. I think, or even keep it themselves and lease it to the next owner or to Chelsea. If let's say if they end up selling Chelsea, the football club itself, yeah. If they end up selling the club itself, and essentially move on, it would be, I don't even know how to explain it. They would have to lease okay, so assume Chelsea gets sold to a Saudi guy, the club, yeah, and what they'll do is, do you want the hotel? Just lease the hotel from us, lease this from us, lease that from us. So we'll be getting, the main owner will be getting charged X amount per month or per year to use those facilities, and they're still making money. I think if they do that, that's mad for me. That's crazy.
Well, it's exactly that. It's exactly that. Everything's been split, and everything has its own individual asset, will hold its own value. So even if a new buyer comes in, say, for example, they did want to sell the hotel and make some profit from that, well, they could, right? They could add it on, all right? Have the hotel.
So I don't get why people want Blueco to sell. Because if Blueco sells their bit and sells Chelsea, they'll just say, okay, you know what? We'll get rid of you right now, and we'll just keep all the other assets, and we'll just lease it back to whoever owns it next. And they'll probably just move mad and stingy with selling the rest of the parts because it brings them money. So they wouldn't do it. So how?
Whereas before it was all one entity. With this now, selling the shares in the Chelsea subgroup company, right? Chelsea FC Holdings Limited, Chelsea Football Club Limited, and the connected Chelsea subsidiaries, right? That would let a new buyer take over the Chelsea business as a package. Mm-hmm. They could sell business assets of the Chelsea entities. So instead of selling the company shares themselves, right, the group could sell the operating assets inside that Chelsea chain. So it includes the football operations, commercial rights, related subsidiaries, other club assets, depending on how that's structured. Yeah. That's the route most closely matches the document's concept of an asset sale, right? What would happen to the money? And it's in there. If Chelsea was sold through an exit route, the articles say the proceeds would be distributed under the return of proceeds waterfall in Article 13.1. You can go and have a look at that. And that means that
I don't want to go look at that, so just read it, you know?
Regardless of what is sold in here, things have to be distributed correctly according to the percentages that you can see on the screen.
So 100%, 100%. That or the 61.5, 61.8.5 from the other percent.
61.85%, 38.15%. Clear Lake, Bowley. That's in there. No one can change that, right?
And those two loans they've taken out under Blueco, 22 Holdco Limited.
Yeah, and this is where it gets tasty.
A few sales of assets, and they've covered that, no problem.
This is it.
And they're still in pocket.
And you can see the loans that have been taken out. So very briefly, before we end with exactly how this could be packaged, right? Just to give you guys how a sale can actually happen. So you now understand that Chelsea FC can be sold tomorrow if it really wanted to. The debt is there in red for you to see, right? 527 million based on 23-24 accounts, right? That's from Aries Management. That's at the 22 Holdco Limited level. That's a loan that's been taken out. And you can see that's 12.73%.
I'm trying to find the picture that I took for this.
It's insane. At the Blueco 22 Limited level, you got loans of £755 million that have been taken out of Bank of America and JP Morgan. And that is on 3.25%.
Yeah, but with Via Sonia, apparently it's about 8 point something, isn't it?
Yeah, now it seems like it's apparently close to 7. Yeah, it's around there.
But this is why they don't care about the debt, Eunice, and the loan.
They don't give a crap. They want the debt. They want the debt. And when you look at the money that's been loaned out from these two, what does that make? That makes just under 1.5 billion, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's been spent and invested in Chelsea?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, just over that.
Yeah. And
So what money have we got to spend now?
We haven't.
No. This is the problem we're in. The club's restricted.
I had this picture somewhere.
The club's restricted. These loans have been taken out. There's huge debt, but they're happy with that because they know everything's structured in the way that it's structured here. Individual assets, they know their get-out clauses to start selling piece by piece as they want, or part of a package. Yeah. And as soon as they get rid of the football clubs as a whole, Chelsea women, and Strasbourg, if they want to stick it in as well, why would they keep Strasbourg if they're selling Chelsea? Why would they? Doesn't really make any sense. Strasbourg is a lot less valuable, but it will bring them good money for them to cover their backs and maybe pay off the debt.
And that's why, Eunice, they have paid out all the PR to bide them as much time as possible so that all these assets increase in value over those 10 years.
And the thing
sell
is,
them piece by piece anyway.
But this is it. And the wording's what got everyone here. Oh, these guys are locked in for 10 years. Yeah, technically they are in shares, technically. But people think, oh, that's Chelsea. They're locked into Chelsea for 10 years.
You know what? This could be a parasite thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning of the stream, and like TTM said earlier, I think this could be a parasite thing. They just technically put themselves in a way to say, yeah, we are going to take it for 10 years. We'll just hold on to it for 10 years and see how much value we can add to it. We're making it self-sustainable.
In the lie all along. They're locked into their own 22 Holdco Limited parent company at the top. Blueco 22 Limited just underneath. Ask yourself this question. Why do you think that's separate? Why do you think there's 22 Holdco Limited and then underneath there's a Blueco 22 Limited? Why is that? Why not just go straight to the umbrella underneath? Because they need another layer to take a loan out of. There you go.
They can't get one loan. Yeah, they can't get both loans on one. They have to create two companies to get a loan each to allow them to fund this absolute destruction and clownery at our football club and within their entire corporation. That's it.
Exactly.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Exactly that. Now, how can this go down, right? The seller would carve out the Chelsea subgroup as a deal package, like I've said, in any way, shape, or form, and they can pick whatever they want to put into that or whatever they want to keep, whatever they can pick and choose here. There is debt here as well now. So this is another factor. This debt with any prospect, any potential buyer would need to be discussed in terms of how that's going to be structured.
Well, we spoke about this. That depends on where the debt's been spent, on what limited company under the umbrella of Chelsea FC Holdings, because we're talking about someone buying Chelsea Football Club. So if Chelsea Football Club, and they've spent, say, 1 billion, the women's team, they've spent 200 million, so that goes on the women's team, and the debt gets divided and split up, they'd have to work that out. Or because the debt is under 22 Holdco Limited and Blueco 22 Limited, it's not necessarily actually tied to specifically Chelsea Football Club. They've taken the debt, that loan. How they spend it, the bank doesn't care. But
they don't care.
The loans is assigned and associated and stamped to 22 Holdco Limited and Blueco 22 Limited. So technically, the future buyer of Chelsea Football Club can argue, well, that's your loan. But then Blueco don't care anyway, because
if they sell,
they're going to make from the sell. They'll pay off that debt. They won't want to. Nope. They'll still keep paying the interest, but they could if they wanted to. They could pay off investors. They could.
There'll be enough money to come in to pay off their debt whilst keeping assets that were part of Chelsea in the past. Keeping assets, pay off the debt, keep the assets they want to keep, and those will just be generating money for them in the future. That's it. They'll keep on. If they want to keep the hotels, or if they wanted to keep all.
Yeah, but a lot of the things they're talking about, if they wanted to keep, so they still have the possibility, which obviously we don't want as Chelsea fans, isn't it? But that's what some owners would do though, because it's just when you come from private equity, it's not the same as just being a business owner. You run everything and you just buy everything. They have to put contingency plans in, and they do that to all companies in case investors or even other people or the company goes down, or you know, like all these kind of things. The club still has to be in a way, and it's just, I get it. like I said, I think I understand what's going on in terms of the whole pyramid, but man said to sell the referees, but man said sell them Donnies in the referee kit, yeah, and come and buy us. They can't do anything anyway over there at Newcastle, so might as well just sell them and buy us. Do you know what I mean? Oh, listen, to be fair though, I'm pretty sure in Clear Lake, the PIF are invested in Clear Lake. The PIF are invested in Clear Lake, so we already have some money in it coming into, you know what I'm saying, from the Saudi money. It just doesn't come in straight from, what's it called? It doesn't come straight from them, and it's just straight, it's in the investor money that they're getting from that.
The Blueco 22 Properties Limited, Residential Limited, all of these, they'll keep. That's not moving anyway. You can say goodbye to those. If they were part of Chelsea,
Sheikh Jassim's a United fan.
you can say goodbye to it. Under the Bridge Limited might be sold off into the Chelsea group because that's part of Stamford Bridge, so they might just go, all right, we'll sell that as an extra asset. That's an extra property.
Okay, you know what? Enough of this. Because let me tell you why I'm ending it here, yeah? And it's nothing to do with anything they've said. I just feel like we kind of understand more of it now. I just think what I'm seeing in this video, I think is it does explain in a way as to why they've said that. The whole thing was them answering the question of can they sell Chelsea, innit? And they've kind of answered that question. But there's a difference between them being able to sell Chelsea and wanting to sell Chelsea. Does that make sense? And not just Chelsea, the companies and all that. I think I also understand that the club hasn't moved in the right way, and I understand where they're on not necessarily their dissatisfaction or whatever the right word is for it. I understand where the whole mindset comes from, innit? As in why they think of what they think. And I think one sec. Original video. Here you go. I'll put the original video in here as well for people in the description. For anyone that's interested in watching it, big up to Yamin in the chat. Hey, Amanda, make sure you subscribe to Yamin, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We just found out whether we can sell Chelsea or not, whatever that rubbish. They've presented their information that broke down the ownership structure. Yeah, because remember, you have the ownership structure and then you also have all the companies and stuff like that. So, I don't know, bro. Like, we have gotten some information and some breakdowns, but it's all hypothetical. It's all if, buts, and maybes. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Yamin. He was live earlier. I don't know if he's still alive, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Is he still alive? Or is he just here in the chat? Oh, he's been live since 8, which means he's ended his stream. Yeah, I big up to Yamin. He's the elite work rate, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Elite work rate for my boy Yamin. But what's it called? I know, it's put Yamin's chat in the, what's it called? Yamin's link in the chat, please. But it's one of those things for me, yeah, where the more I think about the sale and everything like that, I just feel like it's just gonna be too much headache. Are you Yamin, are you the guy? Yes, that's him. Yes. The City fan. That's him. Yes, that's him. That I'm saying. Yeah, that's him. This is what I was like. I know who he was when everyone was saying, yo, the guy was trolling. Yeah, that's him. Why do you think he came into the chat and said O'Reilly? he came into the chat saying O'Reilly TTM. You know what I'm saying? That's from that moment. But big up to Yamin every time. He'll be on the channel. We'll sort something out. Do you know what I'm saying? My monitors are coming on Monday. My monitors are coming Monday. Okay, well let's just answer this question for this brother, because he seems to think that I'm missing his question on purpose. Do you think Penders will be our number one next season? Big up to Sean. I've answered this in a couple ones before. I said he could be our number one. I think some of the players that they want to sell, I'm pretty sure Jurgensen has asked to move on, and there's some other people in other, what's it called? I think Jurgensen wants to be sold, and I'm pretty sure they'll have to find a way of either make Penders number 2, or move Jurgensen to Strasbourg, or there will be something in it. I can't guarantee it because obviously I don't work for the club. I can't come in and tell you what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. But those are the things that potentially could happen in it. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see anyone but Sanchez or Jurgensen, bro. I need a different goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. So I need to see a different goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing the same Donnies at my club that are not doing anything. It's all about push. Do you know what I'm saying? Now Penders needs one season as number 2 at Chelsea. Yeah, put him at number 2, and if he takes his opportunity and shows he's better than Sanchez, or he's more consistent than Sanchez, put him in goal, bro. I don't care. Youngest brother after his career by tennis Michaels, he will be number 1 as PSG game.
This is business.
This is my flat.
I know, but I did business.
Shut up! Shut up!
This is business.
Got it!
The man said his career was wasted, bro. The minute, I swear down, I swear his career, yeah, bro, boom, gone. One game in your career can be gone, you know. I'm telling you, man. Robert Sanchez will be back up next season. To who? I think he is, and I think the reason he started, the reason he's been starting Jurgensen, or trying to start Jurgensen, is to get Sanchez used to the bench. That's what I think's happening, and just give him a more senior role, and that's it. I need Jurgensen to play versus United. This brother, bro. Everything's about United to Mike Penders. Bro, I ain't watched Mike Penders play enough to come and tell everyone that I think he's going to be the starter, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you're that convinced, we'll talk when we see who comes in and who doesn't. Do you know what I mean? Big up to Ahmed in the chat. Your local Chelsea up, Ronaldo. Bro, some of these names is crazy, bro. I swear down. GGMU, of course, my brother TTM. He's better than Petrovic. Hey, Petrovic is scrub. Yeah, listen, I need to apologize, bro, because I need to apologize to the Chelsea fan. There was a period where I was saying just let Petrovic play, yeah, and he was going to be our number 1 this season. And then I remembered. You know this? Then I remembered. Sanchez was so bad I wanted Petrovic to start for our club, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank God we sold him to Bournemouth, because now we don't have to deal with that. When I heard Michael say Jordan told me he's starting number 1 from now on, my head was gone. Hey, young Takora was like this.
Why? Why?
Man had the Igao head loss, bro. Man had the Igao head loss. It's dark. But like I said, keep hitting the like button. Let's get hit 30 likes. subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member, you guys already know you can be a GA merchant or a aesthetic merchant, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Support the channel, and yeah, if you want, you can drop a super chat as well. It's all up to you guys. Now let's keep moving. What did people say in the chat? Because on this I can only go up to a certain point, and then we'll go check to it and see what news is out there. Yeah, that was funny, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? I was kicking my chair. Thank God I didn't have a cat. It would have been Zoom. Man said Zuma, bro. Do you think Chelsea can beat United? Couple weeks ago, like couple months ago, I would have said easy, but now it's mad. Okay, going back to this, I heard something about this and I explained it earlier. We'll see, innit? We'll see. Good thing Chelsea is a crown jewel in the asset, and it's almost impossible to get any bigger club, likes of Barca, Real Madrid, Man United, or Bayern. If they lose Chelsea, they will lose all value, especially because it's in London and stuff like that. Ain't easy. Ain't easy, bro. Chow would cost 100 million. They're looking for Chelsea, looking for Qatar to buy them. Kings that no hairline Mank better get. All right, chill. Hold on, bro. Hey, whoa. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Eunuch, man, put eunuch. Oh, the brother's name's Eunice, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? His brother's Eunice. Yeah, he has to buckle up. I think none of us are actually making excuses to say he doesn't have to buckle up. Yes, it's going to be, we'll still own 51%, but 49% sold to someone else. There will be shadow owners. Yeah, where they only make money from it, but they don't have to be involved. Yeah. It's dark, bro. Selling Chelsea will be difficult. We think it's easy, but we forget our sale was illegally pushed through by government, and FA overlooked so many things for it to go through. That's facts. That's actually facts. I remember, bro, that I was annoyed at the time. I was at the annoyed. Make sure you click in the link. Do you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to Yamin. He's doing content every day. Whether it's cussing our baby mums, whether it's cussing out people, whether it's telling you stories from Barcelona. Make sure to subscribe to him. He does talk about his team, City, and all that kind of stuff. It's literally, you click on it, it's not going to take you away from the stream. Go hit the subscribe button. He's on the way to like 400 subscribers or something like that. So show him some love, bro. We can beat them. I think we can beat them, but brother, like nothing about us is convincing right now. Blue Collar Magicians, how can you buy so many goalkeepers and still not have an elite one? I guess because these man found their goalkeeper Lamens. You know what I'm saying, or something. I'm assuming you're because you said Ronaldo. I'm assuming you're a United fan, but can we beat Port Vale? Exactly, bro. If we don't beat Port Vale, listen, I might have to log out from YouTube, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Palmer lost me, Yassa, with its antics. No, but I think it's a confidence thing, innit? My thing is, when he's playing, he's not as calm and trusting of himself as he was before, where he was like, I can make that pass. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll just take the risk. Now he's just more, he doesn't want to just lose the ball, innit? Constantly. I'm TTM calling Eunice the Unsullied. Hey, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pick up Eunice, bro. I said the pure. You lot are crazy, blood. Big of Eunice speaks back about blue collar leeches. Listen, I think the current situation at the club, it doesn't help that a lot of things are going wrong. So people are going to try to look into everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's going to look into everything, try to doubt everything that's there. Like them boyfriends and that people watch on you. Was it UDI or something? You know what I'm saying? They're all scared or lost by everything. So They're worried about everything, innit? We'll see, man. Do I believe part of it? Yes, in terms of some of the things that have been mentioned. Hey, I just refreshed my Twitter and this is the first thing I see, you know. Says Spain coach Luis de Fuente. In England, they consider David Raya the best keeper in the world, and here in Spain, nobody talks about him. Raya is never going to get into the lineup once Unai Simon is there. Ah. Oh my days, man. Hey, listen, that's dark. Hey, that's dark. Hey, a man said Erica Kirk is reportedly dating Tosin.
You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
Look, hey, chat, the comment section is crazy, blood. He wasn't interested at first, but apparently he didn't put up much of a defense. Hey, someone said it was Dragushin yesterday. Hey, nah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. My sources can confirm it was Erica Kirk, not risky. Hopefully that confirms it. I need Tosin to start debating at colleges. I'm trying to see something. Oh my days. Hey chat. Chat. Obviously it's not real information, yeah. It's the chat that's killing me. Man said my sources can confirm it was Erica Kirk herself. This Donny said, yeah, I need Tosin to start debating at colleges. I'm trying to see something. Nah, that's dark. That's actually dark, bro. As much as I hate Tosin, I don't hate him to that level, innit? I can't lie, bro. This is what certain man do on Twitter, you know. It's all about, oh. That's Cole Palmer, bro. I swear, people on Twitter have nothing to do. Man said I put Chalobah ahead of Maguire. Let's see what Vince got to say, bro. Big up to LFC Chai in the chat. Big up to you every time. Someone said, now Pochettino has USA in top form. It won't be easy for Belgium tonight. All right, 1 second. USA versus Belgium.
Bring that back.
Bring that back.
Bring that back. Bring that back.
Very careful. Hold on.
A man said, yeah, this is why you don't listen to these man. This is why you don't listen to these man on Twitter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look. These man got them in top form. It won't be easy for Belgium tonight. Just a glazed pot, yeah? And it backfires, bro. The Bast, Onana, Catalere, and Luka Bakio. Was it? Luka Bakio scores. We got so many mutants, blood. Look, he said this in early to promote stake gambling. And then look, USA lead Belgium. Doku and say 1-1. And then he went quiet. Do you get me? Look, he went quiet. From we went 1-0, 1-1, he went quiet. I don't know why certain men are tweeting certain things. Okay. Mamadou so impressed once again, and Jackson found the back of the net. No one cares, bro. Joe Cole saying that the central defensive position for Chelsea, I think about the players we let out the door, Mark Gay, Chalobah, Tomori, and the amount of money we spend on replacement. Exactly. Mark Gay, Chalobah, and Tomori are much better than all three of these, bro. Oh, my days. I don't really know. I don't really care about what Ian Wright's got to say about Chelsea players. Let me see if there's any news chat. 1 second. What is it called? What is it called? That's it. Pies. Second monitor. Okay, let's go. Who's this? What's odds jam? What's that? Anyway, let's go. Okay, Chelsea believe they have recruited well in many areas, with some wasted inevitable at a big club, but there's never been any suggestion that the SDs would be reviewed for what fans call underperformance. Chelsea are happy with those in charge and now very strict on wages. I don't think so. I don't really think so. You know what I'm saying? That's the dumbest thing I've heard. Okay, let me have a look at this 1 second. What's this brother send me in the chat? What's this brother send me in the chat? It's a YouTube video, so we put it in our favorite browser.
Live from New York, it's the...
Whoa. I can watch that, but I can't. I don't think I can put this on the screen. This is one of them TV channels, blood. You know what I'm saying? Don't end up gulagging my channel, blood. I swear it down. I ain't trying to get hit with no copyright. Yeah, it's copyright, so I'll watch it. You know what I'll do? I'll watch it later. I got it here on this thing. I'll watch it as soon as I end the stream. I'll watch it before I go to bed. Big up, though. Let me get through the chat though. I haven't been through the chat. Let me see, where's the last? Damn. We need to hold our hands up, apologize. The body was put in directions way would have worked. I think it would. I just don't. I think people just like to group them. And him and Iqbal, I think Iqbal is just trying to run it like a business, bro. Do you get me? Arsenal fans are definitely losing their head. Oh yeah, bro, you've disrespected their thing, bro. Nah. You don't get it. They're trying to say that if he goes and does the debates, maybe he'll get done like Charlie did, innit? That's essentially what they're saying. Yeah, that's, I don't know. They're just trying to get him done, bro. It's mad. This brother wrote it down and he like fully believed it, bro. Because it said the Daily Mail. We don't even know if it's true. What country do you support? Well, I know you said TTM, but I support the Dutch national team. You get me? Man said that my country is never involved. You don't want to have to mention your country, innit? Just in case it gets gulagged so people don't use it against you. Look at top 26 players to look out for the American. They had McKennie in 26. Grealish is above Pedri. Hey, I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. When you're calling a player Captain America and that, like, so you already know. Yeah, we'll see that later. Pulisic over Pedri. These men are crazy, bro. Yeah, that's mad. Yeah, that's crazy. So let me get through the rest of the news. Sorry. Damn. Enzo Maresca and Cucurella, I adore him, blah, 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 blah. I don't know when he spoke, so I don't have nothing to do with that. Look, Thomas Tuchel has warned Cole Palmer that the pressure is on in order to get a World Cup place. His spot not guaranteed. Cole Palmer's untouchable at Chelsea. Anyone trying to get him this summer will be wasting their time. Palmer's focus on Chelsea and trying to get the resale football, then getting into Tuchel's England squad. Chelsea, 2 untouchable players are Palmer and Caicedo. That's Ben Jacobs on the United stand. For the right price, Chelsea might change their mind on Enzo Fernandez. This isn't the case for Palmer. But that's also because we had rumours about him potentially wanting to leave. Sat Payoff to get a chance to stay in Chelsea first team for 26-27 season with Liam Rossini excited for his arrival. Let's see. If you were to go and ask Chelsea, then they'd say we're behind him. He came in mid-season, we'll back him. However, you know football's a results-based business. Chelsea fans have been pointing out on social media over the past few days that Chelsea said this for Potter, Poch and Maresca. Then they all went, which is why I haven't fully said, he's going to be leaving or he's staying and cried about some of the things they've put out. I think, but this Sky cover, brother, do you get me? We know he's getting paid by Iqbali specifically. I know this, bro. I know. We're not even saying allegedly, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? The way he gets the little brown envelope and he starts talking is mad. Now he's trying to tell us that, they said that with this. But you said this was guaranteed, bro. That's what you said. And I'm pretty sure someone quote tweeted it. Can you show me the quote tweets? Who was it quote tweeted this? You know what's mad, yeah? As much as Rossini has been rubbish in a lot recently, yeah, man, I'm getting on to him like we didn't know he was a scrub anyway from the beginning. Like all of us knew, yeah, he was a scrub from the beginning. This is why I don't understand when people try Rossini out thing and all that, bro. We all knew he was dead. All of us knew he was rubbish, bro. Keep hitting the like button, my people. If a club like Real Madrid make a summer offer over 100 million for Enzo Fernandez, then it's an offer Chelsea would consider. I don't think he's regarded as totally untouchable at Chelsea, even though their position is not for sale. Enzo and his new representative know Real is looking to sign a new midfielder this summer, and I think his head has just turned a little bit. And I think he's also asking for more money than Reece James. So, yeah, that's dead. A big up to Half Guna, bro. I ain't watched the game, innit? I ain't watched the game. I just think that USA obviously going to be in the World Cup due to technicality. So it's mad. Liverpool could make his long-awaited return April 10th for Chelsea's under-21 game against Fulham. Moises Caicedo says feels the club of love of Chelsea fans and wants to be part of the project. Believes there's more still to do and win at Chelsea. And I think he also said he wants to be a legend and all that. So only an almighty collapse would cause Chelsea to rethink their stance on Rossini, but the club have no expectations of what's happening. We were getting look, Moises Caicedo, I'm on the contract at Chelsea and I want to become a legend. My focus is Chelsea and Ecuador. But you know what it is though? With the whole sacking Rossini, I remember hearing that Chelsea are fully behind Maresca and all that. And he was their guy. He was the guy that they bought and said, nah, you lot trust Maresca. And all of a sudden, they couldn't trust it themselves. Trust me, why would he stay at the club with no ambition? I mean, me personally, I would. But he's also part of the reason why we've lost certain games, bro. Because he hasn't performed and other players haven't performed. You know what I'm saying? People have to perform in general, bro. This is what I'm saying. So I can't always... The reason why we're here is not just because of the ownership and that. Players also have to perform better. So it's a mixture of things, isn't it? Players not performing... Let me see. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Let me see if I can find the Dodgers. Why does Twitter do this thing where all the other things on the side disappear? Oh, okay. What time is this tomorrow as well? I'm looking at something that's tomorrow. What time's the F1 race tomorrow? Oh, 6 a.m. Okay, let's get into this though. I'm gonna check this out and then we'll see. Malo Gusto relief. Oh, listen to this chat. Chat. Get ready. We're 3 likes away from 30, so keep hitting the like button. Share the stream. Support the channel. You know what I'm saying? And let's get into this. Malo Gusto revealed that the players themselves were shocked when Enzo was relieved of his duties and put the dip in form since then down to the change of managers. I can't lie. And Malo Gusto's been talking a lot recently, bro. Do you get me? And then Chelsea defense top coach Liam Rosini. So, big up Ahmed, bro. Hey, it's been a long stream, lad. You know what I'm saying? Gustav defended Liam Rosini and says he does not understand the criticism he has received since becoming a manager. Misha on IG, we've seen Mudryk practicing in it. We know. Just bring it. If we need, just bring him back. If we can help to see some blood. Yeah, or he's just doing this in training and he's rubbish. We don't care about this. When they speak to those involved at Chelsea, they generally believe they will compete for the Premier League title in time, even if they recognise that the club hold advantages and that closing the gap has proved difficult. Yeah, these men are just waffling him, bro. Chelsea felt like they were making progress under Enzo Maresca, but his decision to effectively walk away left them taking a backward step before they could even move forward again. See, this doesn't make sense because if he backed him when he needed to be backed, he wouldn't be in the situation of him leaving. That's the whole thing that doesn't make sense to me. People inside Chelsea believe they were recruited. We've already seen that. Let me see what he's saying. They only think they've done right because they've... Brother. Because, okay, some wastage, and if this is such a dumb statement, bro. As for the sporting directors, I know a section of the fan base is frustrated with certain things, signings, and with the club not pursuing some big name targets. However, Chelsea are now extremely disciplined on wages and remain satisfied with the people in charge. I don't think so, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think they're just saying it. They give him a 6-year contract, so they're just trying to take the pressure away from them. Chelsea minimal preseason has contributed to their injury problems and necessitated large-scale rotation, which has in turn exposed the depth of this inexpensively assembled squad is nowhere near as good as it needs to be to handle the added demands of Champions League midweek football. Key players look exhausted, injured, or both, and of last summer's signings, only frequently excellent João Pedro has had a meaningful impact on results. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, to a certain list, I think that's true. But at the same time, this is why you should have bought players in the summer, bro. Big up to Kings of London, bro. Appreciate that. Let's see what's next. Thomas Tuchel and Cole Palmer. Apparently, this is a fake quote. I saw this the day before, and then it come out as a fake quote, but they haven't even come out and said apologized that it was a fake quote. Chelsea are not considering selling Achampong, but it says a shortage of game time for Josh Achampong this season has made other clubs take note of this potential availability, but it's understood that internally there's no interest. So essentially, we don't want to sell him, but we're also then giving him minutes. So look, they asked him, what is something that surprised you about Chelsea? And the man said the quality of the young players when they come up from the under-21s, they are so good, so that impressed me a lot. But for some reason, so not his fellow teammates, not the players at the high level, do you know what I'm saying? The people that impressed him the most are the players. The players that impressed him a lot are the under-21s, bro. This is crazy. But then you have the Everton and I think some other team trying to start a legal challenge against the Prem for the way they only gave us a certain amount of fines. Enzo Fernandez not for sale. You can't say Enzo Fernandez is not for sale. Any interested club will have to break the bank and offer 100 million. That doesn't mean he's not for sale. Liam Delap. Anyway, let me get through the chat. This Andrew's going, why would you stay at a club without investing? Listen, I wouldn't stay either, but it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Palmer overnight. Is it Chelsea buying, not building? Bro, I think with Chelsea, with Palmer has his own problems, innit? Yeah, big up to the young Tokori, man. Appreciate it. I think Chelsea has them man have their own problems, bro. You know what I'm saying? They have their own problems. Chelsea, my man has his own problems as well. 5 fans that can't stay at the moment. The laptop saying Liam, Fofana, Neto. Same. I don't think it's any different to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's any difference, bro. But yeah, man, we're almost done 2 hours. Is there anything else that you want me to cover or look at before we end the stream, or let me know? Let me see the poll. Okay, the poll is: do you think Blue Coat can sell Chelsea or not? 70% of people have said I think they can. 20 votes. Listen. Let's end it here. Hey, there's barely any footy news. It's only really Arsenal that we're hearing about, innit? It's only Arsenal stuff, bro. With Sam kicking off. I heard, is it about the whole Salah and Mane thing? If it's about the Salah and Mane thing, bro, I know. Do you seen where we ranked him in it? Do you know what I'm saying? We see where we ranked him, and I think earlier, so in terms of talent and gift, like how gifted he is as a player. So we haven't really dissed him, but at the end of the day, listen, I think for me, I just think that Sam's too obsessed with trying to defend him, and if he's trying to defend him, it's always a thing of he's trying to do it. It's nothing to do with football. I think right now it's more he's doing the pride thing, innit, with Salah. Do you know what I'm saying? He's doing the pride thing with Salah, and then he tries to do that thing where he tries to tell me that I'm the one doing the pride thing. I know how it works, bro. I know how it works. You already know I deal with him twice a week. We know, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, it's becoming something that is just way over the top. Do you know what I mean? I think he said the other day Salah was better than Robin. Robin was missing in some of the biggest moments, and I'm like, brother, It's crazy. Liverpool thing, in all honesty, they're different when it comes to their legends. But I understand it, yeah. If you put Salah high as a legend for Liverpool, that's calm. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The thing that Hussam doesn't seem to understand is that when we look at Salah, we don't have an emotional attachment to him in terms of he's not my legend. I'm saying he doesn't play for my club. He hasn't given me some moments as a fan. Like, do you get it? Like, all these things doesn't make him more of a legend in my eyes, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? And the thing that he seems to not understand is that when I say that this is what I like about Salah, or this is what I think he's good at, and this is what I don't think he's good at, you can't tell him that there's something Salah's not necessarily good at besides dribbling. Everything. Man are talking to me about Salah and playmaking and that. And I'm like, what? They talk to me like he's Pedri playmaker. But if you play football on the counter or on the transition as they did at Liverpool, there was always players in certain positions. So if Salah got in and just put it in the box, Nunes would be running towards it. If not, it would be Diaz. If not, it was Samani on that left-hand side. Or Firmino coming in late into the box because he laid it off to Salah and Mane. These men are making it look like he's such a creator. And then he started doing the little Trivela thing. Oh my God. He's a baller because he can do a Trivela. This is what I don't like, bro. Yeah, this is what I don't like. Is he one of the views that says Salah the best African player? Yeah. No, I think he says it's Eto, or like he doesn't put him as the best, but he's essentially telling you he's one, if not the best. Other fan bases don't argue their legends when we beefed about Hazard, Otero, Materi, Lampard, Zola. Yes, we respect our legends, and I think that sometimes some people think that the players are being disrespected, innit? And I think the whole argument's also becoming a thing because of how he's essentially telling people that I don't know, bro. I can't answer that question. Because midfielders, he likes the more techie midfielders, like how we do. But then he's a GA merchant, bro. Like, it's so hard to explain. But I've realized that it's all agenda, and it's all full agenda based, bro. It's difficult. It's difficult to understand. I can verifiably say it's Ball Nullios. Nah, he does know. He knows a lot of history and players and stuff like that, and he's probably watched a lot of the games, but he calls me and Ahmed aesthetic merchants, bro. Dribble merchants. We don't know ball. So yeah, listen, I'm used to it, bro. I don't know ball. Do you know what I'm saying? You can say he understands the game. Okay, I think he chooses to not understand the game. Now you know what I'm talking about. He chooses not to understand. It doesn't mean he understands. He understands. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to understand. That's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, it's up to them, innit? Either way, though, big up Hussam, innit? Every time. But someone just needs to put him to the side and just tell him, bro, allow the whole defending them, man, innit? Your chat, where do you want to get redirected? Hussam or North Side? Or actually, Rance is doing the watch along for Itoma and Franklin. Alright, listen, we know where we're going, bro. Is that today? Hold on, is this guy still alive? Because if Rance was still alive, I don't think this brother TTM would be here, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. Let me see. One sec. Just quick redirect. Okay, he is live. All right. You man them, you know what to do, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna redirect you over to Rance. Make sure you like and subscribing. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. We'll probably be live tomorrow, and I'm out.